Welcome to another episode of Wealth Beyond Numbers. I'm your host, Dennis Coral, and we continue here with our guest, Lina Ustundag from Lina Ustundag CPA. And today I want to really focus on learning more about your practice, Lina. In our practice, we like to provide tools and services for our clients that help them provide them with financial confidence. And part of the reasons why we decided to do this podcast is because there's a lot of information that go beyond numbers that are just as relevant and important for clients to know as they build wealth, as we help them reach their objectives financially, as they help them get through retirement. Having said that, collaboration is key. Working with professionals is extremely valuable, especially in your field of accounting, because you do have clients that have to file taxes. Most people do on an annual basis, and you want to be as efficient as possible, but you also want to get great advice, the best advice possible. So I wanted to have you talk more about your practice, your services, what's unique about you, what do you enjoy most, who are your target clients that you typically work with. I know some of them align with us because we work with a lot of business owners, but I don't want to steal your thunder. So if you can just tell me more about Lina Ustundag CPA.
Certainly. So we're a boutique accounting firm. We mainly provide tax services. We do have a bookkeeping division because bookkeeping is the key to having good financial reports and for our clients to be able to make better management decisions, better investment decisions, and of course, better tax planning, or be able to do any tax planning, actually. If you don't have good books, you can't do tax planning properly. So we have that division for that reason. We provide other minor services as well, payroll, sales tax, local taxes, just because it's the nature of where we are, and clients need a comprehensive service. But our main goal is to provide tax consulting. And I think we excel at providing services, especially for our international market. My specialty is in international tax, and we do have other industries that we serve very well. I like to work with estates also, the estate taxes area and gifting. So we do a lot of wealth planning here, because when somebody is doing their tax planning, they want to take into account not only what they pay now in income taxes, they want to plan later on what they're going to leave for their children, grandchildren, what they're going to donate, what they're going to use, what their families are going to need in the future. So that is what we plan mostly. We come up with strategies for long-term savings as well. And on the bigger clients, we look into credits. We look into just being more efficient with the filings. The international forms can get a little bit more complicated, and the penalties are quite steep.
And you've been doing this for 15 years, and you have a team as well.
Correct.
That you work with.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about your team and who they are and what their responsibilities are.
Yes, so we have other CPAs, very experienced, over 20, 30 years of experience. We also have more junior accountants and bookkeepers. Therefore, we have different levels for the different clients. We have taxpayers that are maybe starting to, they're beginning now with a business. They have a business idea and they're starting now, or we have very well-established businesses and even corporations that operate all over the world.
Okay. You heard the term of fractional CFO, where an accountant would step in and kind of help a business as if they were their controller as well. That's not something you would do.
No, that's not generally a service I provide. There are many accountants out there that do it. I don't do that because I do not want to be in a position where I make decisions for my clients. It's a liability concern to me. I provide useful information to my clients so they can make their own decisions. And I help them analyze the data, give them ideas, or present different structures for them to choose from, but the decision should ultimately be the client's.
Yeah, and that's important that we're discussing that, because liability is a big concern, and especially for business owners as well. And most of them do understand that as well. But I think one of the things I like about your practice is that like ours, we provide tools. You provide tools and do the strategy to help the business owner point from point A to point B, and you work with different businesses. So depending on the need of the client, you would align those with the specific CPA and accountant. And I've experienced that working with you over the years, that there are certain accountants that you pair up for certain clients depending on what they are, whether they're in retirement or whether they're a growing business or whether they're a more established businesses. And you work with all those type of businesses.
Correct. You want to match the qualifications or the experience or the industry with the appropriate professional.
Yeah. One of the things we always share with clients, we like to provide a lot of different tools, like the tax planning guide that we always prepare. We also do budgets. So that's something that it's kind of a default. That the first homework that we give to our clients is here's do a budget. And they sometimes look at us like, what is a budget? Or they may have their own way of doing a budget, but we tell them, do it this way. And if they're married, I always tell them, do it together, because one of you may know your numbers, but you need to know the numbers as a team. And especially when there's marriages involved, or even business partners. Do you provide your clients any type of tools to help you and to help them?
I believe the key tool is education. And even though we may do the bookkeeping in certain cases for them, we want to have them review. I make my clients review and sign their internal reports, even though we may prepare them and they may not be fully adjusted before tax preparation, but I want them to see what it is that is being included in their reports. And give them a chance to identify any mistakes or if anything's missing, because we make a lot of assumptions and we make the best assumptions that we can. We check them with the clients. We want them to confirm that the reports are accurate. Proper reporting of expenses, helping them understand what is a tax deduction, what is not a tax deduction, or a valid tax deduction, what the rules are in their industry, what is typical, what is not typical. So education in general and good communication. Just I'm not an auditor. I'm not here to audit them. I'm here to explain to them what their exposure is, what they can take advantage of, and what their limits are.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about what you do and providing us in an overview. So it's really valuable for me to understand also, because as I go out in the world and meet with potential clients, most of the times I always think that you're a perfect match, or people should consider having you as a second opinion or a backup from their existing accountant. And I think one of the things that sets you apart is also the personalized service. We pride ourselves in provide personalized service, in answering emails within 24 hours or less. And I also have a team, and it's important to be proactive and stay on top of clients, not the other way around, where clients are always calling you and trying to get answers from you. Can you tell me more about your service model, of how you help clients, how you as you approach tax season or before?
Yes. So we, through our portal, we send these questionnaires to start the process. And the minute that a client sends us information via the client portal, our process is usually triggered, or, they email us. But if we get 200 emails, it's pretty difficult to tackle them all. So we do our best to respond in a timely manner as well. But we have somebody answering our phones during office hours at any point in time. My calendar is available online. You can book your own appointment at any point in time. So if you need to speak with me, you'll find me, absolutely. If I want to use my time wisely also, therefore I may delegate many things within the firm, but we try to be responsive. And whenever I need to pick up the phone to discuss anything with a client, I call. I don't have a problem being on the phone with clients.
Yes, I do know that, and that's one of the things I like about you. And you would call me too before.
Absolutely, and I call their attorneys when I need to also, of course, with their permission. But I'm always trying to get the correct data or get to the best answer possible to help them solve the issue.
I really like that about you. I really do, that your proactivity, because I am the same, and I like to work and surround myself with professionals that have a similar work ethic, and you don't find that nowadays, especially in your field and in South Florida. So thank you for all the work that you do and for your partnership and your trust. So stay tuned for our next episode. We're going to talk about what drives Lina crazy in her profession. So thank you so much. This was great information. And that concludes our episode of Wealth Beyond Numbers. I'm your host, Dennis Coral. Thanks for staying tuned, and stay tuned to our next episode where we'll be discussing things that drive Lina crazy professionally.